So, I played a bunch of NextFest demos and thought I'd give a chance to prove that I'm still about by making a shorter video talking about the games I was interested in, as well as giving feedback to the ones I think need it. Well, Luigi, Socket starts out straightforward enough. You just practice it on Mega Man and it quickly gets a bit weird and then just keeps getting weirder. The demo suggests there's more variety in coming across more of an adventure game than a straight up boss rush. And the story as well, trying to read this with all this noise isn't that enjoyable. And I found the humor at its best being during the rounds and how everything presents itself, because despite the art looking rough, there's a decent understanding on how these games play going on. One round. He's gonna cross me. No, don't cross me! Oh.
Double kill. 2 for 1.
Big boy boxing. A one and done demo of a really polished fight against the first tutorial opponent.
Yo, get out of here!
From what I can tell, they're doing away with countdowns, so you only win when their health is gone. You, however, don't get any knockdowns and it's only 3 hits before you're down for good. I could imagine this opening up some unique scenarios I'd like to see in the main game. I think what's missing is those sneaky punches you can get from just observing the guy's quirks. Like this hobo's boo. I can time a jab that connects with him, but you can only hit him afterwards when he's laughing. I also feel like he needs a proper name too, because with such a decent unexpected build up, just calling him the hobo dude just seems a bit uninspired. Hammer of Virtue. I downloaded this one on a whim. I just saw a guy with a hammer and thought, oh okay, sure. Doing the tutorial, it looks like there's 2 buttons to lock on. Okay, not sure what that is, but you got me back on board when I had directional attacks and blocking. So there's this one cheat in Red Faction Gorilla that gives you a super hammer, and Hammer of Virtue is just that. And I wasn't expecting that going in.
Yes. Please eliminate the bear. No, no, no. Correct. You have succeeded in all your assigned tasks and are now ready for fieldwork.
This falls into a this game was made for me category, because there's something about extreme ragdolls and destructible environments where both you and your enemies are durable enough to be blasted through a building that's just satisfying to me. It's not quite there yet with the destruction levels, but I can't imagine this being an easy thing to fine-tune, so best of luck to you if you get this down. WrestleQuest? WrestleQuest.
Ooh, yeah!
I think it takes a lot for me to be interested in a turn-based RPG, but a secret cheat to that is to make it all about wrestling. It really confused me at first because it uses Macho Man Randy Savage and other 90s headlining wrestlers playing parts of the main story, and like, is this legal? Doesn't WWE own his character or something? I even spent ages rereading the characters' names to make sure it wasn't my dyslexia playing up, but I don't think it is this time. Anyway, it's a passion project celebrating 90s wrestling and action figures at the time, and the demo seems to be the first act of the game. Setting up a bunch of story beats for the main game and showing you a bunch of wrestling-themed mechanics. The ropes, if you will. Like tag team, manager moves, and some enemies need the 3-count pin in order to win. There's also ringside trash talk and even an entrance builder to contribute to your hype meter that buffs or debuffs you before the fight even starts. The only thing I feel like this first act is missing is everything it teaches you coming together to close the intro out. The end boss fight is still pretty fun regardless, but I don't think it had all the strength the game presented separately earlier on. Huh, I wonder if this was brought on or something preemptive. It's not common I find a game like Abe's Odyssey that actually plays well. And from what I've played from the new one, not even Oddworld can do that anymore. But there's a lot more going on in this demo that makes it its own thing.
You will keep this safe at home. Good
up.
I keep wanting to say lemmings too, but they tell me they don't like being called that. The demo shows off all the tools you'll be using, like a laser that doubles up as a flashlight if you don't have one. The Groundmaker does exactly what the name suggests it does, and there's also a very unwieldy jetpack that, like the controller layout, seems by design. As much as I enjoyed the demo, however, it was rather buggy, causing a restart once I beat a level and I kept getting stuck under the map once I fell off it. And to top it off, what I think was the last mission anyway crashed. But the last thing I saw before the game closed itself was this, so Before I show you my most anticipated games, here's some quickfire ones I played but didn't really have much to say about. Slayer X. I thought I was over the Boomer Shooter revival, but X-Slayer shows there's still potential in the gimmick. Corpse Keeper. I wish this game had more of a focus on necromancy corpse crafting and maintenance. The combat seems to be a bit much and I don't really care for the Darkest Dungeon influences. Thunder Ray. A bit chewy. The attack stalling sells powerful hits and it does away with the telegraph flash so punches just come out of nowhere. Whether this is part of the game or an oversight, I'm not sure.
You win.
Gobbo Island.
It has an appropriate amount of goblins, but whatever it is you wanted to demonstrate didn't come across for me on the first passing. Ruins of Vagestia! I was after a tile dungeon crawler, and had I watched just half a second more of the trailer and paid attention to the Steam tags, I would have found out that this was actually a porn game.
You fucking knew it was a fun game.
No, I did. The combat was interesting. You had to learn by text prompts on what you're supposed to do, and I guess the art was okay, if not a little inconsistent. Born. The initial premise intrigued me. I've never been given a player choice that's just straight up me. But the game itself wasn't that fun to play. I found everything too stiff to be reactionary, and the important enemies don't stand out at all. Lorne's Law. I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but whatever it was, it didn't click with me. I found there wasn't a lot here that separated this game from a game that just happens to have climbing mechanics. But maybe I'm missing something? Metal Hellsinger. Convinced me that rhythm shooters do work because I wasn't that sold before. I hope there's some curveballs with the music so it's not all straight metal though. Angry Foot.
No, you should just say it like angry, like angry.
Angry Foot. Cool.
Is it just
Neat. Very good. Oh. Here you go.
what is this?
Raskopnik. I expected an FPS, but this one actually turned out to be a dungeon crawler. I like how it's quite open-ended and how you approach the main objective. But the frontline merchant confuses me a bit though. And finally we have, We who are about to die. Physics-based melee games can literally be hit or miss. Die by the Sword I think is way too early to be attempting the idea, and I don't think I ever hit anything in Examiner. But in here I found a nice middle ground, presented in a way that reminds me of Swords and Sandals and Mountain Blade tournaments. The demo sets you up with a randomly generated character you can re-roll but not customize. The game is permadeath, so you don't want to be getting too attached to him. The weapon variety and how everything connects to each other is pretty accurate, and there's a good element of unpredictability to keep the easier fights interesting, along with the different arenas depending on the number of combatants with you. I would like that every fight not be to the death though, as I'd like you to see reoccurring names of rivals and friends if you go up the ranks. So with the arena combat solid, it's the management side I think is a bit confusing. Some icons I think would do a good job of communicating what each thing does. And as a slave gladiator, I'm not sure what they had available to do was really in their control, so I felt like my options should have been limited. What's here does take a while to get your head around and not everything seems useful to me. And the two currencies I feel didn't seem distinctive enough because you're awarded with a lot of both after each fight. The Scholar and Patreons I feel like need to play more of a role on what's available for your character. Maybe adding a manager is a means of difficulty. Also, the things like training I'm not sure worked because there wasn't any confirmation from the game side that it went through. I feel like it needs another pass for clarity, but in the demo a lot of it seems to come across as unnecessary despite being an important part of the game. This is also a single dev project, so Geordie, I look forward to seeing the final game and it gauging the interest it deserves. That goes to every demo I played actually. This shit isn't easy. I think that's it. Sorry for the hiatus. The projects I was working on got bigger and bigger and they were no longer viable to do on a budget of, let me check. No. But I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and in the meantime, you keep being gorgeous. Okay, bye.